This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all YouTube algorithm stuff, so you get the videos I put them out, see what I'm thinking, see how I'm analyzing the data. But like I tell every day, the data they release us is false. It's meant to give us a false narrative of the market in order to mess with us psychologically, to keep us off balance so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen, the SEC went after a Ponzi scheme, ran out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's a coincidence. But some Joanna Garcia for $196 million over the course of about 18 months. And it seems like what she was doing something called merchant cash advances, or that's what she advertised on her website. And she would get investors to give her money, and she told them that she was taking this money and investing it in small businesses, and they were going to get a return of about 10% a month, not annually, 10% a month. What makes it even more crazy, on the website, she was listed as being Mother Teresa, who helped regular investors see astronomical profits. But here's the thing. She wasn't making any loans. As soon as she got the money, she would take the new money to pay the old money after she took her cut to make it look like she was creating profit, but she wasn't actually creating anything. But my problem with that is this. The SEC had the resources to go after this lady that stole $196 million over the course of 18 months, more or less. Tell me how what she was doing is different from the failure to deliver and the naked shorting. Tell me what the difference is. Because in order for their scheme to continue, they got to keep putting new counterfeit shares to cover the old counterfeit shares to make it look like they're covering the failure to deliver, to make it look like they're actually shorting real shares. So the market makers continue to pump the counterfeit shares in the market to make it look like they're covering the old counterfeit shares in order for their scheme to work. So tell me what's the difference between that lady's $196 million Ponzi scheme and a $1 billion Ponzi scheme that the market makers, the hedgies, and the bad actors have been running on retail investors for the last 2 years. Well, they've been doing it a lot longer than that. But the point I'm trying to make is the SEC found the resources to go after this small $196 million when the market makers, the hedgies, the bad actors are stealing that probably every hour from retail investors, every hour from pension funds. So why do they stop one Ponzi scheme but allow the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of the world to continue? You know why? Because they get a cut of that Ponzi scheme. Because they get a cut of the biggest Ponzi scheme in the world. If they were able to get a cut of Joanna Garcia's Ponzi scheme, we might not have even heard about it. But because they weren't getting their cut, she is under indictment. But the real bottom line is, everybody knows the biggest Ponzi scheme in history is being run on retail investors, is being run on pensions fund, is being run on the American people, is being run on international investors, and the SEC stays silent. The DTCC stays silent. The CFTC stays silent. And the reason they stay silent, because they are co-conspirators in the scheme to rob retail investors. They're co-conspirators in the schemes to rob pension funds, and they're co-conspirators in the scheme to rob international investors. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments about they having the resource to go after somebody stealing $196 million, but somebody stealing probably $196 billion somehow they don't have the funds or resources to go after these people. Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate you on this journey with me.